Hello YouTube. Just a quick video for today. First off, I wanted to thank Brett Palmer for a shout out. I had recently noticed a spike in subscribership and wondered where it came from, and now I know. So thanks very much. I really appreciate that. And I'll provide a link below to Brett's video because he also shouts out some other excellent YouTube channels that are definitely worth a sub and a closer look. The other thing I wanted to touch on today is King Crocoduck just recently uploaded a video, King Crocoduck VS Ray Comfort, and I found it very, very illuminating. It was quite interesting to watch. He did a good job. He did a really good job talking to Ray. And the thing that I found that was interesting that was revealed, although it's probably not much of a mystery to a lot of us, is how little Ray Comfort knows about evolution. So for a guy who's just made what he would claim, I'm sure, is a documentary, he really doesn't understand anything about evolution at all. In fact, at one point he asked King Crocoduck to not use such big words. And so as soon as King Crocoduck used words like taxonomy and morphology and phylogeny, you could just hear crickets. And in fact, the biggest word that Ray Comfort wants to use is kinds. And it always irritates me, actually, when these Christians use terms like that, biblical terms. Folly is one that gets under my skin too, but kinds, that really have no relevance anymore, even if they ever did. And, if we're being generous, maybe we could say that kinds once carried some sort of relevance because it sort of reflected the state of knowledge of, humans at the time. But it's lost its relevance because it's not really specific enough, and it's not universal enough, right? So, people in science, they use terms like species because they're universally understood by the scientific community, and because they're very, very specific. So if somebody says a species, a lot of very specific things about what they're referring to just based on that one word alone. And so it's very important. And these words like kinds lose their relevance because they really don't do the job anymore. And it just is another sort of illustration of ignorance, really, when it comes to that. So it was really very good. And what's unfortunate, of course, is that while I do believe Ray's movie Evolution versus God is really going to be preaching to the choir, and it's going to be really effective with the low-hanging fruit, what's really unfortunate is that none of the people that watch this are really going to understand how little Ray knows about evolution and how absolutely, utterly unqualified the guy is to be making any statements about evolution in a casual conversation at the mall, let alone a quote-unquote documentary. And they won't know that, so it's going to sound real good to them. I actually know people who are Ray Comfort ophiles, and one particular customer of mine, he's a very, very nice guy. I would even consider him to be a friend. One day I got into his car to do some work on it, and there's some little wallets laying on the passenger seat with a $1,000 bill kind of sticking out the tongue of the wallet. And of course they're flat, they're almost one-dimensional. And if you turn it over, on the bottom is scripture, right? So it's a witnessing tool, they would call it. To me, it's sort of pseudo dishonesty, right? Because what they do is they throw these down on the ground on the sidewalk, and they're banking on the sinful, greedy nature of human beings. Of course, they're going to pick it up, and of course, they're going to turn it over. They're going to realize they didn't just get $1,000, in a wallet. What they've gotten is to be witnessed to, right? And this particular guy's also got Ray Comfort books in his console, and so I know that he likes Ray Comfort. I have had the interesting banana discussion with him, but I didn't want to go too far because I do like the guy. And he is a customer, so you can only go so far with that. But I won't mind, though, asking him next time I see him if he's seen Ray Comfort's documentary or video, and just ask him if he knows how much Ray Comfort knows about evolution. It'd be interesting to see. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. I'll throw a link in the description for the King Crocoduck video because it's really good, and he handled himself very, very well there and tried to explain it. And Ray basically doesn't want to know. That's the bottom line. But again, he's certainly not qualified to be making any quote-unquote documentaries on the subject. At any rate, that's it for today. thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the new subscriptions. I really appreciate it. Have a great week.